What is up, everybody? Welcome, Frog, friends, and fam. Those that are new that are joining us. It's been a minute since we had a recording for the MarketFlow. Andy graced us with his presence last Tuesday, and we had Scum Soul and Slime Studios on with us talking about the art upgrade and everything that's about to come. But you know, Frog's always got the 1-2 punch. The art upgrade is simply just that, the art upgrade. There's a lot more to come and a lot more, and it involves making money, and that's what we're going to get right to. We're going to jump right into Bitcoin. We're going to take a look here. Not a lot has changed when it comes to Thor and the long calls that we've had. You know, we've had these calls stacked up for quite some time now. We look at price action right now. We are actually still taking that dip. We did find a high, and what we're looking for now is where or are we going to find a higher low? Are we going to get this Thor call down here at the 52K, which happens to be right in the middle of the DCA zone we established? Are we going to lose this 56K DCA zone we established? If we do, we see the Thor call right here at 52 in the middle, and we see the take profit for that call sitting right up here, right at the point. We'll find this a point of resistance, which we were looking for support before. We are in a downtrend. If we zoom out a little bit, we are in a pretty massive downtrend. We've got our high, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. When are we going to find this higher high? What we kind of like to see at this point is get this higher high and then a higher low. Even if it doesn't fully break out a downtrend, if we can get a higher low comparatively, that would be pretty good. Because if we zoom out and really look at things here, if I go to the daily, we usually examine things on the 4-hour chart. If I go out to the daily and we look at what Bitcoin has done and the actual price action, the real price action of Bitcoin here mapped out, what this would be here on the daily looks like it could be one of the absolute biggest bull flag patterns. You know, if you just look up bull flag pattern, you'll see it's pretty consistent. And you get the pump up, the post, the consolidation, breakdown, and a breakout. The post, consolidation, breakdown, break, and retest, right? And that could be what we're seeing here for Bitcoin. Although we do see the EMAs getting close. What happened the last time the EMAs got squashed down that tight? We did get the breakout they wanted to separate. This price action has been extremely long and boring, though, right? This has been exceptionally long and boring. Or has it? Or does it just feel like it? Let's go ahead. We're going to go ahead, take a look at our exit target chart, and we're going to zoom this out into a weekly. So remember, now each candle represents 1 week of price action. And if we zoom out and we kind of look at all the bull runs here, let me get this a little bit in frame for us. If we look at the bull runs here and we go from the bear to the peak, we had just over 1,000 days. If we go from the bottom of the bear to the peak, we had just over 1,000 days. If we go from the bottom of the bear until current, we still have near another year left. That 1,000 days puts us at that September. Remember, we've talked about this target before. We want to look to have our exit targets August, September, prior to coming into October 2025. That puts us right in our 30-day, our 1,000 plus range. So this metric shows we could still have some bull left. This may not be over. We see support on the weekly on the RSI coming in. Is the long-term RSI going to find support too? Are we going to turn up? Regardless, I think we have bull left within the next year. But what's that mean for the shorter time frame? That's where we're going to go back to the charts that we have been looking at in our market flow on our 4-hour time frame. What we see here in the shorter time frame is we have the THOR call here at 52. We have the THOR call here at 44 or 47. DCA zone here at the 46. If we start to lose these zones, that's when I may start to think maybe the bull run's not coming in quite as key as we thought if we start losing these levels. Until then, my plan hasn't changed. I see consolidation. The metrics show it's short-term holders that are folding out, long-term wallets that are accumulating more. The metrics are showing we actually have max pain going up here to 72K versus losing 35 and filling the THOR call all the way down here at 32. And if we go here to Cyber Frogs, if we go into THOR manual trading and we look at the lowest calls that we have, these one-day calls at 47, 44, 33, 17. Note the invalidation point, 72, 72, 72. There's actually max pain for market makers to send it up here to 72 than for it to break down here all the way below 35. That could be another indicator of which way this breakout is going to occur. Are we going to consolidate and lose it and break down some levels, or are we going to get this bull flag breakout? Taking a look at Solana. Looking at Solana, we keep reaching down closer and closer toward this 117, but we're looking to find support right now, right here in the 130. Remember, we said months ago that anywhere if we can accumulate down here near this 130, it's probably 130, 135. It's probably a good area for long-term bull run accumulation. Now, have we dipped lower? Yes, we have. And we've found strong support here at the 125, which was our pump point from 20. We came all the way up here to about 125. You can see how strong the support's been. We've only wicked down below it. We do have a THOR call down here at 118, filling these candles, retesting these other tops. That is absolutely viable call, one that I'm watching, especially if we fail to break out of this downtrend, right? What we're looking at to go full bull on Solana is we're looking for the break and the retest of this 160 zone. This 160 zone has just been so significant as support, resistance, or fair value gap area. We need to break above it, find support, before we think about either breaking out or retesting. Once we do break out and break these levels, that's when I think we're going to go test not just local highs, you know, not just that 210, but maybe that 265 or 264, whatever it was, the all-time high for SOL. So we need to see Bitcoin break out, make its all-time high, dominance start to shift, altcoins start to move. Solana has led the altcoins as far as movement in this run, and I expect to see more of the same. Some big pump incoming if we can break out of these key levels. But remember, we've got still another 300 days plus in the typical bull cycle, but we can see more downside. So short term, medium term, I'm maybe even a little bit bearish. I'm cautious and I'm prepared, but long term, ultra bullish. Another opportunity, just want to talk about, just because we've called this one so well. We said the DCA here on the last run when we got down to, you know, if we break these levels, we can't hold support here. We want a DCA at 83, at 81 area, 71, and 64, right on these previous fair value gaps, right? Market makers showed us our hand. Well, there we go. Market makers showed us their hand right here at this fair value gap. So we knew we wanted to buy on top of it, down in the bottom. We got those opportunities. We knew we wanted to take advantage of this fair value gap. Again, market makers showed their hands. We knew to take profits here at 91 or basically $1, and up here at $1.10 and toward $1.12. We've got the drop right back down in. We wanted to DCA if we had missed it up here at 81 and again at 71. I think we're just being blessed with these low opportunities for Jupiter if you're bullish. If you're bullish on Solana, you got to be bullish on the tools and what makes Solana work, and Jupiter is an absolute powerhouse. So is THOR. THOR manual trading, I wouldn't be able to give you all these calls and all these levels. There's a lot more assets you can look at besides just Bitcoin and Solana. You see all these calls, all these assets, all these calls that are actually active that you could have gotten entry on and be profiting right now. If you still don't understand trading, use the powerhouse THOR Auto THOR. If you don't understand trading, it will teach you automatically. It will buy SOL, sell SOL. Buy, sell, SOL, sell SOL. Stakes your Solana, stakes your USDC in the meantime. So if you're not good at buying low, selling high, buying low, selling high, let Auto THOR do the work for you. Frogs fuck, THOR Prince. See y'all next week.